Okay. Uh, hello, Gaurav. Can I continue the class or still anyone is
All done, Rohit.
joining?
I said now you'll continue with the class.
Okay.
Yeah, Rohit sir.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, this side Abhishek.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes, tell
sir.
me.
Sir, I want to request one thing means before it start. Okay, means as you take might be interview. So if it is in means interview related things or you share us with us means any project related
Yeah.
things, it will be good to be transient with the new technology or in the domain or somebody
Yeah,
can hire me.
as I said in the demo class itself, like if I am going to some topic, if it is important in the interview as well, I'll just tell you to note it down.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So today's our topic starts with the firewall concepts. Okay. So had anyone research about the firewall after the demo class, completion of demo class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Rohit.
Okay. So can you please tell me what firewall is doing? What is the functionality of the firewall?
Firewall basically provides a security in the network, public network.
Okay.
It is protecting enterprise from any attacks,
Yeah.
any malware, any phishing. So
Yeah.
this is the benefits, and we have like when we use a firewall as a device,
Mm,
we have multiple advantages
mm,
of filtering based on our choice, what
mm,
we want, what we
mm.
don't want in our
Yeah.
network.
Mm,
So it secures basically our private network over public,
yeah.
public internet like visibility.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So um, what firewall will do? Firewall will inspect each and every traffic which is going to uh, come from the public network to the private network. Okay, and the part what I'm going to say is like from public, from private network, user can able to access the internet, but from internet, like inbound to outbound traffic will be allowed in the firewall. But as per the security practice, outbound to inbound traffic will be not allowed in any of the organization. Why? Because of the security. Okay. And if that is allowed, then there is no use of firewall. Okay. So, uh, can you able to see my screen?
Uh, no, sir.
One second. So if we are placed here the firewall, okay. So this is firewall. So this all are your private network, which is connected here, like your server, application, and your LAN network. This all are placed here. Okay. So here it is the internet where you are trying to access the data. This is the path. So if you place here the firewall, it will inspect each and every traffic. Like if LAN user is trying to connect the youtube.com, facebook.com, it will just try to inspect first whether this is allowed or deny. Uh, whether it has to be allowed or deny the traffic based on the pre-rules what you have placed in the firewall. Correct? This is how firewall will do, right? So it will also check what it will check: the incoming traffic, outgoing traffic, the app ID, the content ID, everything it will check. Until unless if you are allowed in the pre-rules or if you are allowed in the firewall policy, It will not allow to enter the network. Not a private, not a public. Correct. What is the purpose of the firewall? For the security purpose, for the network traffic control purpose, and for the privacy purpose. Security in the sense, what we'll say, like unauthorized access, some malicious file is coming, or some of the cyber attacks, network level attacks. To prevent that, we are placing the firewall. Controlling in the sense like for the network traffic, to inspect the traffic, to verify the traffic, to verify the each and every packet which is running throughout your private network or anything, to private to public. So it will check. And privacy also is like maintaining the confidentiality. Okay, to restrict the access. Like if some IP address is not allowed, or some of the applications is not allowed in your network, like if you are in organization, like they are as per the company policy, they'll suggest you to block facebook.com, instagram.com, or social media site. You can just mention that thing, that this site is not, should not allow in our network. So firewall will block the traffic. It will check and it will block there itself. It will not allow that traffic to move further. This is what firewall functionality is doing. Okay. Next.
Rohit, would you recommend we note down our doubts till the end of the session, or can we ask just in between?
No, we'll I'll recommend in the end of the session.
Sure, sure.
Okay. So what all the firewall, some of the functions what firewall will do. Some of the functions in the sense like it will do the packet filtering. NAT it will do. It will be like some of the proxy services also. As I said, packet filtering, again it comes with the same concept. NAT, like how it is, like if you are in one organization here, okay, this
Hello,
is your
Rohit.
organization. Hello, yeah.
Yeah, can you tell us about like proxy firewall a bit more? What is proxy firewall like basically?
Proxy, I'll tell you. I'll come up with the proxy also.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just telling now about the NAT. So you are in one organization and this is your 10 dot something 1.1.1 is your private IP. Okay. This is your private IP and this is your public IP. Sorry, not this is public IP. This is another organization and this is the private IP of the your client organization. Okay. This is you are some you are here on this. For your organization, there will be one public IP address. Okay. And for your client organization also, there will be one public IP address. What you will do, you will map this public IP through the using source NAT, destination NAT, or some of the dynamic NAT. There is a lot of different methods in the NAT. When we are creating the policy or anything on the ongoing continuing the class, I'll explain you different types of NAT. Okay, so it will map this public IP here and it will allow you to the private network. And coming about the next topic is about proxy. The name itself says like it will not show your any of the IP address here. Like directly you will be not interacting with the internet. Okay, so some of the so actually as per the security practices and all, some of the organization what they'll do, they will just configure the proxy next to the firewall and what all the traffic is generated. Like I'll tell you the example. This is your organization firewall. This is your firewall, organization firewall, and this is another firewall which is using by your organization. This is used as a corp network, and this is used for the some of the applications and all. Okay, and some of the projects will be having In your organization, let's assume some projects is running on, so they want internet access. So what they'll do for corporate network and application, they can just interact from this firewall to this firewall. Okay, these users can't go through the internet directly if the proxy is placed here. Okay, so for this user, somewhat IP range like 10.1.1.1, for this user, they are allowing the traffic to access the internet. Internet will be placed somewhere here. Okay, why it is doing like that? If you place somewhere here, then the load will be here on the proxy itself. Like for each and everything you have to mention. It's same like uh, somewhat same like firewall, but it has some different features also for proxy. It will like it will not allow you to directly access the internet. You will be behind the proxy. It will not share your identity to the internet. Okay. So next,
So Rohit, proxy is placed after firewall toward the internet side.
no, it's not like that. It depends on your requirement.
Because I understand from internet, the first thing towards the organization would be a firewall.
Yeah, that is what it depends on your requirement. If you place a lot many firewalls here, and it will not allow you to go beyond this firewall. It's completely depends on your requirement. Okay, if you have one or two firewalls, like main firewalls in your organization, then you can place it after the firewall. There
Okay.
are a lot many designs are there to configure this proxy. Not only that, with the endpoints also, the proxy can be configured, like it will be installed in the end devices, and you can't able to access it in the public network. There are lot many things. Proxy is just a thing I just told you to understand, like how the proxy is working.
Okay.
Okay. It's like it is like just verification process. Like the packet should be forwarded or not, that user should be access the internet or not. Why I'm telling here in the sense, like I've as per my diagram, this proxy is placed only for the third firewall, the project firewall. They should not, they are allowed to access the internet. Rest of the corp and applications are communicating within this firewall only. They'll not reach till proxy itself.
Okay.
Sorry, may I
Okay.
ask you?
So what they'll do, the firewall, they'll configure some of the IP, what access they required, which has to come from the applications or the corp, and rest of the thing they'll allow it to the proxy. They'll configure things in the proxy itself. They'll not configure or any block rule in the firewall in this case.
Sorry, don't you have another note-taking tools that most people do? It will
What?
be very difficult to follow you and read what you are writing.
Okay.
Don't you have another tool for taking notes?
Notes I'll give it to you after the end of this class. I'm preparing the notes and I'll give it to you.
Because it's very difficult to follow what you are writing.
No.
You know,
Notes
the
I'll
most teachers have another tool when they are writing.
Notes I'll give it to you after this class. I'm just telling you the scenario based diagram. That's it. Notes I'll give it to you after this class only. I'll share after this class.
Okay.
I'm preparing the notes.
Mhm.
So if you have anything to ask about the firewall basics and all, you can ask me. Now I'll move ahead with Palo Alto Firewall, next generation firewall.
Okay, so I do have one question.
Yeah.
So for a Palo Alto firewall specifically, What are the various things on which it determines that a payload is malicious? Like, for example, signature. What are those criterias for this firewall?
Palo Alto.
Yes,
I'll
exactly.
tell in the session now. I have not started the Palo Alto.
Okay, got it.
Sir, I have one one question also.
Yeah.
So previous organization I worked with the Miss Karnataka Electricity Board data center.
Hmm.
So there they were deploying means for the end locations, they were giving the proxy for that, and that traffic was coming towards us data center in Bangalore. And yes, they are having means we have to configure in the this Mozilla Firewall box that means proxy IP, and then it was coming traffic to us. So that time SRX we are using means we were using, but I was not knowing this concept or the proxy before means how the things were working. That so with that means I would just want to ask Miss if you can include also this configuration in the further means in Palo Alto.
Proxy, I'm not going to cover in this. For proxy, there
For
is a
single
different.
site, for single site, if somebody can come in the proxy and
If time remains, I'll show it to you. The proxy
okay,
configuration. Okay.
okay,
I have to set up that
okay,
first, then I can show it to you.
okay, fine.
There are different kind of thing. Like if you are coming to the security practices based on your requirement, they are configuring, designing the things.
Okay.
And firewall is also like you now you're talking about the Palo Alto firewall. This is an firewall. There are lot many different kind of firewall. You might have heard about WAF, web application firewall. There are different firewalls.
Yes, yes, okay.
Okay. So same like proxy is also, you might have also used the proxy to access some of the
Yes,
organizations, like you are here now, and if you want to access some other country IP address and all, you will use proxy only, right?
yes, yes, that only
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. There are lot many things with the proxy. It's
okay,
based on your requirement.
okay.
Okay. So can I
Rohit, I
start with
have
an
one question related to firewalls.
yeah.
Palo Alto is a stateless one, or is it stateful?
Stateless, like what? I can't say that stateless or stateful. Stateless, statewall firewall was a different one. Okay,
Mhm.
it was in previous technology. So any other thing,
No,
or
that's
can
it.
I?
So yeah, just one question.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned, there are different types of firewalls.
Hmm.
So like one you mentioned the application level.
Hmm.
The one I understand is the network level.
Hmm.
Is there any other or different type of firewalls or different levels at which firewalls are placed?
Different firewalls in the sense like there are packet filtering firewalls.
Okay.
And just as they asked, like application layer filtering firewalls, and they said like at initially at 1990 they come up with the stateful firewall. At 1980 they had started packet filtering firewall.
Okay.
Okay, and this Palo Alto is an what I can say, it works on the layer 4 and layer 7.
Okay. So which is your transport layer and application layer?
Yes,
Okay.
they are matching the traffic on the both of this layer, and it will start managing and monitoring in this firewall.
Okay.
So can I start with this next generation firewall?
Yes.
Okay. Why it is called as a next generation firewall, in the sense it has a deep packet inspection and integrated with threat intelligence. Okay, so and it is aware of the application, and it is predefined for content filtering, and SSL and TLS inspection also will be done in the next generation firewall, especially in the next Palo Alto firewall. Okay, and it it has enhanced security with zero trust security also. I'll tell you the what is zero trust security. Okay. Let me share my screen notes first. 1 minute. I'll share my notes. Hello.
Yes, Rohit.
Yeah. This my screen is visible for you.
Yeah, it's visible.
Yes. Yeah, it's visible.
So what next generation firewall will do here in the sense like it will check the protocol as well as it starts decoding also. How? First, it will check the protocol, like which protocol it is running into, and it will starts decoding also. Decodes in the sense, I'll tell you, protocol in the sense like IP, and it will check for 6 and 17 protocol. Can anybody tell me what is this protocol number?
TCP
Which
and
protocol?
UDP.
Yeah. So it will check for the
TCP
TCP.
UDP.
It will check for TCP UDP and decoding in the sense like it will start checking for the SSL or TLS inspection. Okay. Then it will check for HTTP traffic. Then again, it will check for some certificates, whether it is coming up with authorized, like it first it has to create some trust network with trustworthy things in the network when the traffic is passing it through. Like if we are if the firewall wants to go with the decryptions and all, like it need a high CPU intensity. Okay, for high CPU intensity, it is like it will use for a robust engine and especially the Palo Alto firewall. Why it is this fast and everybody is using the firewall, like Palo Alto firewall, it is using SP3 engine. What does SP3 engine mean? Single pass parallel processing engine it is using. And SP3 engine specially designed by the Palo Alto and it has a separate patent for that. Palo Alto is well known for this SP3 engine.
Hi, Rohit. One
Yeah.
doubt. After this SP3 engine, what is the degradation that they are able to overcome when they are doing the SSL encryption, decryption?
Degradation in the sense?
Performance degradation of firewall.
Yeah, what it will do in the sense like for it will go through the application base and it will come up with a packet. It has like a short interval of buffer. Palo Alto has.
Okay.
And Palo Alto will hold the packet for very short interval of time.
Okay, so
Why?
if I'm
Because at decoding it simultaneously it will process like application at one processor and content to the one processor, IP to the one processor, and simultaneously it has that. For this reason, it has a very short time interval of buffer time.
okay,
And
so
after that process, packet will pass at once only from the firewall. It will divide and again it will merge. This is the example I'm giving it to you.
okay, got it.
And it has like application detection inside this the packet. When the packet moves from the firewall, application, it will detect for the application and it will check for the services and it will check for the content, IP, source, everything, and it will not just keep it for long time period. It will just buffer short time buffer period. It has an external, especially in the Palo Alto firewall.
Okay, thank you.
And for the decryption process and all, like for decrypting and all, it requires like it will consume CPU, right, for decrypting, encrypting, and in this process. So it is using the robust engine. That is the very fast engine, what we can say.
So robust engine is for the decryption part.
Yeah.
And what was the name of the other engine that was using?
No, entirely it is using the robust engine only.
Okay, okay, got it.
And for decryption part, it requires the high CPU, right?
Yeah.
If you are decrypting or encrypting anything, that is a process, right? If you want to do it simultaneously, it requires some process, right? Processor or anything. It will do simultaneously. It will not wait for the queue. First I'll go application. First I'll go, then the IP, the packet. First I'll go. Second I'll go. Third it is not. It will not wait for that. It will come. It will segregate to the different processor. Then it will merge and packet will move at once. For this process, the robust engine is used. Because of that, the buffer time is very slow and very fast in this firewall.
Okay, you mentioned different kinds of processors. What are the different types of processors you are talking about?
Different types of processor, they have breakthrough in that. I'll tell you.
Okay.
So you were telling about SP3 engine. What is the purpose of that?
That is what I said, right? Single pass parallel processing. Packet will process in a single all at once, and all the process will be segregated and verified. This is SP3 is specially designed by the Palo Alto, and Palo Alto is having the patent for this SP3 engine.
Rohit, what is meant by packet filtering firewall?
Packet filtering firewall in the sense it will just inspect the packet traffic itself.
Okay.
It will not check any other thing apart from the packets.
Okay. And proxy firewall?
Like what I can say in the sense like network level filtering. Layer 3 filtering, what we can say, packet filtering.
Okay.
And with there is some like transparent firewall also when Like firewall works as an L2. What is
Yeah, in the Palo Alto, the features is there. I'll tell you.
okay?
So I'm just actually wondering, what is the potential discovery the firewall does at the layer 4 level, the TCP and UDP level?
It will like that's what I said, right? Initially, like it will check for the protocol, then it will start for the decoding. When it check for the protocol and all, the process will start over there. I'll show
What?
it with you the diagram here. Okay.
Okay.
I have the diagram of that, which has been shared by the Palo Alto itself.
Okay.
Okay. So why the Palo Alto is approaching as a cybersecurity approach? Why? Because it provides the visibility. By visibility, what visibility it is showing? As I said, the applications, content traversing to the network, cloud, and endpoints. Like application, as you all know, like HTTP, web browsing, SSL, other kinds of applications, and content in the sense like packet and all. Cloud, you will not get into that much thing. Endpoint, when you are connecting to the VPN or anything in the public network, then once you connect the VPN, you are in the trusted zone. And you can easily able to create the policy, and it is easy as compared to the other firewall. Like by seeing itself, you can able to understand like yeah, this is the thing, and you will get it everything in the dashboard as I show it to you. And along with that, it has advanced threat prevention like anti-spyware, antivirus, and some of the malicious attacks going to be happened. And so Palo Alto will is continuously like sending you the updates about the anti-spyware and updates about the software, each and everything. Like if some attacks happen, and they'll update it in the Palo Alto, okay, database, and it will reflect you here in the firewall, so that if you are going with that latest update, like that kind of attacks will not happen in your network.
Just one question.
Hmm.
Till like, what is the duration? Like are they keeping a record of around 20 years or 10 years of vulnerabilities?
Yeah, they are keeping the records of previous attacks also and latest attacks also.
From the
And
very beginning.
yeah, and as you are aware about that thing, like recently, FortiGate firewall got compromised recently because of that OS. But like Palo Alto, for nobody has touched the Palo Alto firewall till now. Like attacks has not happened. That is with some alerts came like about this news and all came like Palo Alto. There is a bug in the Palo Alto PanOS 11. So as per the Palo Alto, I just want to ask you guys one question. If you are doing the OS upgradations and all, which OS you will recommend? The latest one? Yeah, some other thing.
It's N-1.
No, it's not like that. The latest one will be in the testing phase, and Palo Alto, if you are opening the Palo Alto, if you are checking with the Palo Alto, they are recommending the preferred version, which has been tested for 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 years. Then only they will mention it as a preferred version. If you are
Yeah,
in
but
the,
in Cisco, we always use N-1.
yeah,
Means
Cisco,
newest
you are
minus
always
one.
using N-1, but Palo Alto has a very different PAN OS upgradations. Like if you are checking it in every 10, 15 days, 20 days time period, you will get a new version like 10.2.1, 10.2.2, 10.2.3 H. like that kind of version they are going to release, but they'll recommend the preferred version in the support site itself, Palo Alto. So you can go through that site before upgrading the firewall. Then you can upgrade the firewall, the preferred version. If something happens with the latest versions and all, Palo Alto will not take the responsibility of that attack or anything. And they'll also check whether any loopholes are there in your network also.
Okay.
Okay, and second thing is like reduce surface attack. So what they are nowadays, the attacks are common in this era. Like every organization or every organization and every corporate networks are upgrading day by day to reduce the attack, and it has like pre defined things about the threat preventions. As I said, like again, implement like what I said, threat preventions, antivirus, spyware, antivirus, each and everything. Along with that, it has multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication in the sense like you might have no, if you are in your organization, when you log in at morning, once you will enter your password again, it will come with the authenticator app, Microsoft Office authenticator app. It will ask for 3-digit, digit number to verify. Then if you are approving through your personal device or some other device, then it will authenticate. That is a two-factor authentication, which is implemented in the firewall also. Do you know, like if you are logging into the Google Gmail and all, if you are enabled to two-factor or multi-factor authentication, there is an Google Authenticator also. Once you log in there, it will ask the authenticator to allow or deny. If you are not using, it will deny, or if you are using, you know that I am using, and you will allow that in the authenticator app also, correct?
Yes.
That features also is there in this Palo Alto firewall, and it prevents known threats. As I said, like known threats in the sense like what all the threats attacks has happened till now, they'll upgrade it. They'll fix that thing immediately, and they'll send a dynamic updates. So one second. Is my Let me log in this.
So when you so
I'll
when
show you the known threats and dynamic updates in the firewall where it comes. Yeah, tell me. Someone was asking something.
no, I was asking this only what you're going to show. Like, do they maintain a DB for known
Yeah,
threats?
they are maintaining the DB.
Okay.
They are maintaining the DB, and not only on this, some of the thing they are maintaining the DB about the applications also. There are some applications, they how they are segregating in the sense, some of the applications like it's they are considering as a risk file, that is an high risk application. Okay, and some of the applications are normal from 4 to 2 range. They are mentioning that thing. That will also you can see in the firewall. Okay, I'll show it to the application, the risk what it is showing. Like if it is a risk file, it will show it in a red, and unknown TCP and unknown UDP application also they'll detect, and they'll show it in the application base when you are allowing it in the rule. Okay, this all are some theoretical part. You might get bored about this, but once we start working on the Palo Alto firewall, that is very interesting part. And as they have mentioned, like preventing unknown threat also, unknown threat, how they are uh, identifying or preventing in the sense like by signature base. Like if you are going to the bank or anything, you will write the check and give it to the cashier, right? But how he'll verify that that is your account, or some other person is coming over there and trying to take the cash from the bank. They'll check the signature, right? They'll match your signature, correct? They have the database about that, correct? The same as the attacker's intention might be a different. Attackers can approach it in a different manner, but the thing is like they'll match the signature and they'll block it. And not only that thing, like if they feel, if the firewall feel like some threats or if it detects something in the firewall level, it will directly block. It will not allow the traffic. If you want to check that, you have to again go to the monitoring mode. In the threat section, it will show you like why it is blocked. And as I said, there is an antivirus and anti-spyware thing which is pre-installed by Palo Alto database, which will verify with the Palo Alto database. Apart from that, if you are mentioning something like uh, www dot something something at the rate dot com should not be allowed in your network, you'll mention it in the anti-spyware or antivirus part. It will directly block over there by matching that. It will not match apart from that. Like if you are something at the rate gmail.com, if you are star dot something at the rate gmail.com, entire traffic will be blocked. It will not allow anything related to the Google or Google base. It will check for Google base or Google Meet or Google hyphen SMS. If you are mentioning this thing, it will block that one only. If you don't want to allow the Google Meet, you can just mention Google Meet. Or else if you mention Google base in the firewall, it will completely block everything. You can't able to open Gmail. You can't able to access anything in the Google browser. You can't able to get the data, anything related to the Google. Why? Because everything runs on the common thing, Google base. This all are predefined in the Palo Alto firewall.
So we can either block the whole domain or we can block
Yeah.
just certain parts. Okay.
You can block the whole domain itself. You can block the certain part itself. If you, how you want to block, that depends on you.
Okay.
You are controlling the firewall, but command you have to mention. Firewall will not get to know anything. What you are mentioning, it will act like that. So these are some of the firewall portfolio elements. Like now we are discussing about the next generation firewall. This is an completely hardware firewall. Okay, and this is an VM series firewall, and this is content series firewall. Like this will be rarely used in the enterprise or anything. Like if it is in big organizations or anything, like if they have certain projects or applications needs to be allowed in a huge amount, there the content series firewall will be implemented. And I'm sure that you will not get to uh, work on this firewall anywhere. Why? Because where rarely they'll not use this. Okay, and this is cloud delivery security services. What you will call it as a SaaS, secure assign services. This Palo Alto people are called it as a cloud delivery security services. Okay, so you might have known that. What does SaaS mean? That is a secure assign service sets. That is not our agenda. Then we are focusing on this next generation firewall as well as Panorama. This Panorama is used for like if you have more than 2 3 firewalls or anything. If you have a huge network, if you want to control a lot many firewalls like 50 100 firewalls, if you want to maintain, that is not possible, correct? For upgrading or implementing a policy, you created one policy in the first firewall, and if you created second same, if you want to create the same policy in the second firewall, again you have to go to log into the second firewall. Again you have to do this thing, right? Correct? Hello guys,
Yeah.
that is correct, right?
Yes.
For 50 firewalls, you can't go and create the security rules in each and every firewall, right? So they have come up with a centralized managing system called Panorama. all the firewalls, 50 firewalls will be connected to the Panorama. And if you are doing changes in the Panorama, all at the firewall, like 50 firewalls, you can create one policy and you can push it to all the 50 firewalls at a single point.
Okay. Because
Okay,
I have
and
a question.
yeah,
If let's say a user needs to be created and I have a multi geolocation firewall for
yeah,
let's say country specific,
hmm,
India, Australia, multi-region,
yeah,
and can we create user using this panorama which you're saying, all the firewall? A
yeah.
new employee,
That
let's say
that
onboarding.
is that is a very good question actually. Uh, you will be placed Panorama at one point, one location, and all the other firewalls you are saying like geolocation firewalls is connected to this same Panorama. Then that is yes, you can do it. That is possible. That is how it works. That is the reason they have placed the Panorama. No need to log into the another geolocation firewall or anything. That is possible. Why? Because you are
Okay.
you are mentioning the same range of IP address to the geolocation firewalls also, right? That will be in the same zone itself, right? So if you are connecting that firewall IP address or firewall details to the Panorama, then that is yes, you can do it.
All right.
By asking this
Thanks for
question,
that.
I'll tell you one thing. Like you can just say these things in the interview. If you have different geolocation, like if Panorama is placed in Bangalore or Delhi, okay, and if you have all other location like Chennai, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Hyderabad, Punjab, you have one firewall, correct? If you did some changes in the Panorama, when this update, it will sync with the firewall after this push, commit and push. There is a process. Once you change, you will commit to the Panorama, then you will push to the firewall. Okay, once that push process is doing, it will consume a lot of bandwidth. That is the drawback of this Panorama. You can just mention this thing in the interview so that interviewer can assume that yeah, you have work on this technology. He'll get to know.
Can you
Once you,
repeat this? Can you repeat the last line?
you are working, you have placed the Panorama in Bangalore, okay,
Yeah.
and you have firewall in Bangalore also, and you have firewall in Chennai, you have firewall in Kerala, and you have firewall in Hyderabad. Okay. Once you change the configuration, you will commit it to the Panorama. Okay. That will make changes in the Panorama. Okay. Next, what we'll do, we'll push it to the firewall.
Okay.
Okay. Once you push that, for syncing the configuration with the firewall, it will consume your bandwidth. Either ILL link or else
Okay.
MPLS link.
Okay. Okay.
If you are connected through the MPLS, obviously we'll connect it through all the firewalls will be connected to the MPLS link, correct?
Yeah.
Will not allow it to the ILL link, correct? So you will be having less restricted MPLS bandwidth in your organization. At the time of sync, you can just check in your organization when you're implementing this thing, your bandwidth will consume more if you have a live monitoring for this.
Okay.
That is the drawback of this. And don't tell it in front of the Palo Alto people. A lot of RMA case are pending with this same scenario with the firewall. Like, what is the thing here in the sense like after the officer, if you want to push uh, all at once, that thing will not work. Like if you are doing the changes, it will work after the firewall push itself. Correct? If you are giving access to the user now, but after the completion of the firewall push only, then it will work. The first initially you will do the commit at your office work, and push will be pending at some certain time period. Some of the like big organization will use this technology. Like first they will commit to the Panorama, and there will be a senior engineer who is pushing it to the firewalls, right? Once at a day, after the office hour or after the end of the business hour, he'll push it to the firewall. The reason behind that is, as I said, it will consume bandwidth. Second thing, if something goes wrong, some critical firewall will be there. If something goes wrong, they could have fixed at that time when users is not there in the office. Correct?
Is there a typical bandwidth number it utilizes?
No, it's again depends on your configuration, how much, what is the file you are putting it into.
Okay, so what my question is,
Hmm.
suppose I changed one parameter
Hmm.
in the firewall.
Hmm.
So is the whole configuration pushed again, or like does it only pass a delta parameter?
That is what I said. If you change one parameter, okay, that has to be changed in the firewall as well. Okay. So when it comes to the panorama concept, it will commit to the panorama and you will be having the log collector in the panorama itself. But the changes what you have done, that has to be implemented in the firewall, right? Like
So only that change
you
can happen.
did changes in the panorama in Bangalore location. Okay. The firewall is in Hyderabad location. After the change, when you push, that configuration should be updated in the Hyderabad location firewall.
Yes.
Only that particular change will be passed, or whole complete configuration will be passed again. That is the question.
No. That change will be passed.
Okay. Only that
Yeah.
element will be passed, right?
Yes. That element will be
Okay.
passed and it will sync with the current candidate configuration in the firewall. For that process, it will consume bandwidth. You can mention this thing in the interview. As I said,
Okay.
if some topic will come, I'll tell you for the interview purpose.
With one more question, go to the previous slide.
Yeah.
Here, as we are saying that there is next generation firewall, VM series firewall, CN series firewall. So these are different hardware flavors, or like
No.
it is.
This next generation firewall is the hardware base, and VM is like it is not a hardware. And content series is like huge. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
You have
disturbance,
some
guys.
background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, carry on.
So next generation firewall is an hardware firewall, and VM series and all, it is not a hardware thing. It will be placed somewhere and you can able to access that firewall features in your network with the VM series.
Okay.
And cloud and all, it will be like Palo Alto will be monitoring that cloud where services firewall, and you can able to access that features, that kind of thing. And Panorama is an hardware thing again.
The Panorama is again hardware thing.
Hardware. Like Panorama. One second, I'll show you.
So we are using all these 5 blocks as a combination in like a Palo Alto.
Yeah, this all the thing, and now they are moving ahead with Prisma also. This is Panorama. This is M200 Panorama. Okay, so you will be connected to this all the firewall to this Panorama. There is a configuration for that. I'll show it to you again when the topics when we are going to continue about the Panorama.
You have any diagram like which can show like where this like panorama is placed, where is firewall placed, or anything like simple basic thing, like just to imagine like how it is in the
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll take the snapshot of that,
okay.
and even in the firewall, when the Panorama concept is coming, I'll show you how to configure the firewall in the Panorama.
So there is no VM for Panorama, it's only hardware.
Yeah. As I said, it's a single pass architecture, SP3 engine, the same thing it has been explained here. The packet process, network functionality, application identification, decoding, signature matching, and threat prevention, everything is will be the features of this Palo Alto firewall. This is a single pass, again, single pass parallel processing. And as I said, it is a minimal buffer time. Okay, and it's scanned for various virus and malware without performance issue of the firewall. Okay. So this is an policy engine. As I said, like it will segregate and it will merge and packet will be sent once. This is the content thing. Data filtering, URL filtering, and real-time threat preventions will be done in a content ID and application ID. It will check for application protocol decoding. Again, the encryption, decryption, signature matching will be done in the application ID. And in the user ID, like identifying the user and multi-factor authentication will be done in the user ID. And this is very important thing what they are going to be asked in the interview, as well as you should be knowing about this feature. They'll ask you like what is the policy engine of the firewall or anything. You have to mention like content ID, app ID, and user ID. Like as you somebody asked me about the packet filtering firewall, right? So I said them the feature, like what is the features of this Palo Alto firewall and what are the contents of this? You can mention this thing. This is a very important thing, and definitely in each and every Palo Alto interview, they are going to ask this question. And I have some of the interview questions with me with the Palo Alto. Once we completed this course, I'll share it with you. Okay, questions and answers. I have that point keynotes with me. If you want that thing, you can just tell me. I'll share it with you.
Where will you share these notes?
I think Gaurav will create one WhatsApp group, so I'll share it with you once it is group is created, and I'll share it with you. Okay, and I have to share lot many things like lab manual, official Palo Alto lab manual, and as well as this firewall book also. I'll give it to you. That is an official Palo Alto book where you'll not get it anywhere else. That thing should be shared from the Palo Alto itself. If you are getting training from the Palo Alto, then that book will be shared with you, as well as lab manual. We'll get PCNSC books, dumps, everything, but EDU 210 will not get it anywhere. And why I'm telling is like you might have not aware about this. Palo Alto will not allow everyone or every institute or every training center to give the training, official training. They are recommending only for PCNSE and PCNSA. EDU 210, 220, and 330 is not recommended by Palo Alto, and they are not giving permission to conduct training for EDU 210. Why? Because that is an like very expert level training, and that is a very advanced training. Like you will be able to handle the firewall each and everything apart from the root access. There are some of the CPU like it's an again Palo Alto is using the CentOS and it is in Linux flavor. That will be having the root access. That will be the password for that will be carried or it will be having with the TAC engineers. Do you know the TAC? Who is TAC? Hello
The
guys.
Yes.
tech engineers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Those who are the Palo Alto TAC engineer, they will be having the root password access for that. Apart from that, nobody will be having the access for that. This is the architecture of the firewall. It is having the control plane and data plane. Control plane like your management and your console, your configuration, CPU, RAM, hardware like SSD, hard disk, what we can say. If you are doing some changes in the firewall, As I said, like commit, push, everything will be done in the control plane. And data plane, again, the signature matching, security policy, network processing like NAT, QoS, flow control, MAC ID lookup, DHCP configurations, that will be done in the data plane. And that is the hardware component. As I said, the trust architecture, it is Palo Alto has this feature, zero trust architecture. Why? What is the zero trust architecture in the sense like uh, everybody was assuming that it will not trust anyone or anything, but it's not like that. It is like it will verify whoever it comes. It will verify first. Then it will permit or deny based on the parameter. If the zero trust architecture is like that only, like you might have some swipe card in the hotel or anything. If you are swiping that card, you are the authorized person. Then again, it will verify that you are authorized person or not. Then again, it will allow, or else it will not allow. So basically, what I can say is it will verify each and everything. It will not like, yeah, this person I know, I'll allow them. Like you are saying, I this is my friend, I'll allow him to get inside. It will not do like that. It will verify whoever it may be. Okay. So the rest of the
So
thing,
Rohit,
yeah.
can you give one example from network scenario for zero trust? In,
Network scenario for zero trust in the sense.
like in what scenario like in what scenario zero trust comes into picture? In
Mm, like in the post rule, do you know about the post rule and pre rule?
no.
Mm, can I say? Let's assume you are using the smartphone, right? I'm just giving it for the example purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. If you are using your phone, okay, and in your phone, if you are entering into the developer mode or anything, you are mentioning in that like by default WhatsApp access is allowed. Okay, but you can't apart from WhatsApp, you are not saying anything or other technologies should be allowed in this in your smartphone. So it will verify for the WhatsApp also. If you are mentioning this thing, it will verify like what WhatsApp traffic is coming, who is sending this traffic, whether it is allowed or not. It will verify each and everything, though you have allowed or permitted to that WhatsApp. This is for example purpose, I said.
Okay.
Okay. And you guys know about north to south and east to west traffic flow.
No, Rohit.
North
no,
to south is in danger zone traffic flow, what I can say, and east to west is in normal trusted zone. Like you can able to see in this image, like north to south is an internet zone where anybody can enter into this zones, right? So because of that reason, you will be placed the firewall here. For application zone and user zone, you will be connecting the application zone to Ethernet 1/1 and user zone Ethernet 1/2, and you are just creating one policy, or Palo Alto has pre-shared policy to interzone policy should be allowed. So you can directly able to communicate this, correct? For inspecting this outbound to inbound traffic, there should be something should be there, right? That is the reason the firewall is required, and it is in very danger zone, what we can say. East to west is a normal zone where you can access anything. You can give access to the user itself directly. Like you are working in some Tata organization, like some of the Tata applications will be placed over there, and user need to access the Tata application. That is your user, your device. That is your private network. You can able to give them access to that application, correct? But you can't give the access to the Facebook or some other kind of thing, correct? And I'll show you here. This is, guys, can you see this certificate?
Yes, yes.
It is issued by Facebook, right? Hello, guys.
Yes, yes.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So, what is this? Like, why it is this certificate is used?
It is just for authorization purpose, like you are a valid, like, uh, like platform. It will be like globally accepted by the, platforms, so that it has a signature that this is my identity kind of thing.
Yeah. So, this is the certificate for secure browsing, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so whatever data we'll be entering into this website
Yeah.
will be encrypted
Yes.
end to end. So in between, if any ISP has any routers or anything, that won't be
Yes.
readable format.
Yeah. So, for example purpose, I'm saying it to you. You are a user and you are using Google browser. Again, you want to access some Instagram website and it is using some of the Google browser. What it will do, you are communicating to your browser and your browser to that browser. They are creating like somewhat like tunnel kind of thing, like everything will be encrypted. After the packet pass through the traffic pass through that their browser, it will be decrypted, the same as your kind of thing, but it will be done with the help of the certificates, correct?
Hello. What
Yeah.
is on the screen? I can just see the certificate viewer of Facebook only.
Yeah, that is the certificate, that's it.
That is what you're running on the screen because I just joined. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I didn't get who speak now. Who has joined now?
I'm Zubair. Sayed Zubair.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. The recording will be available later, right? Because I
Yeah,
got
recording will be available. This is the just basic kind of thing, and just give an introduction to the Palo Alto Firewall, like some key features, SP3
okay.
engine, everything. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me at the end of this session or tomorrow. You can ask me this.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. And we are covering up, guys. We are covering up this certificate part also. Okay.
Rohit, can you please tell where the content ID comes into picture in all this?
Content ID. Content ID, as I said, like when you're doing the configurations or if you want to connect, oh, sorry, 1 second. Content ID, what I can say, oh, if some traffic is coming into the firewall, or how can I give the example? 1 second, I'll give it to you example. Mm, if you are feeling like threat or something, like some by some person or anything, like if something happened, if you feel like mm, that person is threat for me, like he might have harmed me something or anything, The same kind of thing is in the firewall, like uh, the threat inspecting kind of thing, what we can say, to detect or to block.
Okay, so it's like an IPS and IDS combined. That's what they are calling the content ID.
Yeah, like you might be knowing, as I said earlier, like known threats or unknown threats for the detection purpose, and for detecting and inspecting as well.
Okay, got it. Got it. Thanks.
Uh, the best example, what I can say. mm, uh, this I'll give the example of this Facebook.com only. Like content ID, if some traffic is traversing through your device, uh, it will check first. Like Facebook isn't threat application, or it is trusted applications or anything. And if it is not mentioned in the DB or anything, though also it will verify and keep an eye on it, like to inspect the traffic, like what it is coming, how it is coming. The signatures part of kind of things will be checked in that. Headers, signatures, tokens.
Okay.
And why I'm saying is like header can be manipulated, or fake headers can be created. Uh, tokens can be manipulated, but signatures can't be manipulated. Correct? You can create a duplicate signature, but as I said, the device will get to know. What we'll get to know. We will not get to know about that thing, but device will get to know. Correct? If the signature doesn't match.
So what makes up a signature in case of an app in this to determine if a legitimate app is being used?
That is the identity, right?
Like what components make
Verifying.
up?
mm, what components? Signature is a signature. So what
Get
I
it? Like
can
if
say.
I can manipulate the headers, I can probably manipulate the all of
See,
the headers.
signatures can't be manipulated, but you can create the duplicate. The best example for that is like how you are doing it in the bank check. Your signatures can be signed by some other person also, right? But
Sorry,
headers and
may
all
I ask?
can be changed.
Got it.
May
Signature
I
is
ask?
will not be compromised. Like how I can say. I should show you the entire thing then about the headers, tokens, and signatures.
It's okay. I got it. I got it.
Mm.
May I ask you someone? Can you mute off everybody under the class? Because
What?
can you unmute everybody in this class? Because you are in chapter 1 and someone asks you on chapter 10 or chapter 5, and it's very mixed and very confusing to follow
Yeah.
Isn't it better you mute off everybody, then they can ask you after you are finished, because you have your notes, you have
Yes.
how to learn us from the beginning, from the scratch to the end.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this will be very, very, very mixed. Jumping from there to other.
Your good name, please.
Pardon?
Your good name, please.
My name is Abraham.
Abraham. So, Abraham, as this is a basic class, and in the demo session, I have said like some people had told me about this, like they don't know about the firewall or anything. So I'm just helping up them in the middle of the class. This thing will happen in this starting theoretical class itself, once I start entering into the Palo Alto firewall, once I open the firewall, I'll finish up my session, I'll explain it to you, then I'll start with a doubt clearance session. Okay,
Yeah,
this
thank you
is
very
in
much.
theoretical class. I'm allowing anyone to ask the questions in the middle of the class. My plan is to ask the doubt after the completion of my class.
Yes, it will be very, very
Okay,
good.
some people don't know about the firewall. You might be having idea of the firewall, but they might get confused, or else if I tell everything all at a time, and then they are not remembering at the end of the class what to ask, or if they have doubt, they just ask me here itself. Why? Because this is a theoretical part. Once we enter into the practical part, I'll finish it off by showing it to you what all the changes we are doing and what all the features are there in the Palo Alto firewall. Then I'll give you half an hour doubt sessions, or it might get extended, not only half an hour. Okay. Okay, Abram.
Yeah, thank you very much. Because
Yeah.
I want you to take it from the scratch. I
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
any about
Yeah,
Palo Alto.
I'm
But
just
when people
requesting
ask you,
you on behalf of other students also. Like if I tell everything in a single day, and if they don't know, let them clear the doubts in the fundamental part itself, theoretical part. Once we are moving ahead with practical, then we can see. Will not allow anyone to talk in middle of the session.
it is just it's confusing for us or for me when we are jumping from the one chapter to very another chapter because they ask you
Okay.
different questions that is not in the content that you are talking about.
Yeah. I got to know about your point. Okay. Once we are starting with the going ahead with the practical, definitely we are going to do like that only. Okay. And this are the some of the different series of the firewall. Okay. And PA200 is not no more end of life, and 400 is also not there in the market. Based on your requirement, you are implementing this firewall like 800 series, 3400 series, 50 series, 5000 series is there, and 3250 series is there, 7000 series is there. This is an all, as I said, it's an hardware based firewall, next generation firewall. Okay.
PA series is Panorama series or Palo Alto series?
Palo Alto
What is
series.
like
It's an Palo Alto
Palo Alto
series.
series?
Yeah.
And you said Panorama is also hardware, but there is
Panorama
nothing.
series start from M200, M400, that kind of.
Okay. So this doesn't come under this flexible architecture thing, Panorama.
Like flexible architecture in the sense?
Means this topic like PACM, CN series, Prisma Access, we have this, no?
This is the
So Panorama is
model number
also
of the firewall, and M200, M400 is the model number of the Panorama. That is the
okay.
model number I said.
Yes,
Like
yes, correct,
how
correct.
you have the Cisco model number, right? Three K series, Catalyst, Nexus, enterprise level, business level, those
No,
same
that
kind of.
Panorama model numbers are not mentioned here. That's why.
Yeah, Panorama model is not mentioned over here.
Actually,
Like, see, you are using multiple
yes.
firewalls, but for that, only for central management, you are using only one Panorama. Correct. So in
Okay.
VM series also there are different series like
Okay, got it.
VM700, VM500, VM300, VM100, and VM50. VM50 is a very basic one in the VM series. Okay, you can ask me any doubt if it is related to today's session. If anything is there from the today's session.
So Rohit, it is regarding to Panorama. Can you confirm how many devices we can connect to one Panorama? Like on the model basis, like you said, Amit, M2200 was there. So how
No,
many devices it can connect?
as of now, I'm not aware about that thing. Like, um, Palo Alto is also nowhere mentioned that how many devices can be connected to the Panorama.
Mhm. Okay.
Right.
What maximum number you've seen till date?
As much maximum number what I have seen is around 600.
To single panorama.
Yeah. That is
Yeah,
in
that's it.
latest Panorama that they have connected around 600. And Panorama, you can use it for log collector also. Hello.
Hello Rohit, in my
Yeah.
company it's more than 1,000
Okay.
is
Which
connected
firewall?
to Panorama. Palo Alto.
Yeah. You can connect it to Panorama.
Yeah, it's more than 1,000 firewall.
No, no, you are not using Panorama in your organization. How the 1,000 firewalls is managing in your
No,
organization?
no, it's we are having the Panorama.
Hmm.
It's managed by Panorama only.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, can you tell me which organization you are working into?
HCL Tech.
Okay.
We are having almost more than 2,000 firewalls,
Okay.
but they are different also.
That is Palo Alto.
No, some are Palo Alto,
Hmm.
Cisco, Checkpoint, and FortiGate.
Okay. Other firewalls can't be connected to the Panorama.
No,
Only
only
Palo Alto
Palo
firewall.
Alto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is Ashok Gupta. Actually, this topic is new for me. Actually, I belongs to
Can you
telecom
just hold for
industries.
1 minute? Can you just hold for 1 minute?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah.
Hello, this is Ashok Gupta. Actually, number is name not mentioning. Actually, this topic is for new for me. Actually, I have worked in telecom industries in
Okay.
job and project also like, and I have worked on IP only.
Hmm.
So, how go with this topic? Actually, this is new to understand
Hmm.
things. Which kind of topic should that to understand, and how to visualize that to understand better in better way.
Uh, this topic is new, that is fine, but understanding the topic is like we are covering the topics day by day, which is there in the Palo Alto Firewall. So after this lab and all, I'll tell you the theoretical part and I'll show you one lab how it is working and all. So and I'll give you the lab modules. So you have to work on the lab. Then you
सर
have
can
to,
I talk in हिंदी?
yeah,
हेलो सर,
yeah.
एक्चुअली क्या है कि अ, जैसे फायर कैसे इसका यूटिलाइजेशन या इसके बारे में जो भी मुझे समझना है,
Hmm.
एक्चुअली किसी चीज को तब तक विजुलाइज नहीं आप कर पाते हैं, उसको समझना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाता है।
Hmm.
विजुलाइजेशन के चक्कर से मुझे समझ नहीं पा रहा कि तो क्या या इसके लिए क्या जानना सबसे बेटर जरूरी है, जैसे जिसका बेसिक चीज है कि हाँ ये चीज आपको पता होना चाहिए, ये चीज मुझे
देखो विजुअलाइजेशन आपको तभी आएगा आप पूरा फायरवॉल का बारे में इन एंड आउट जानते हो, तब तक आपको विजुअलाइजेशन नहीं आएगा। ठीक है। वो कैसा है पता है आपको? आप एक सस्पेंस मूवी देखने जैसा है। पहले आप जब
हाँ
सस्पेंस मूवी देखते हैं आपको पता नहीं रहेगा कि उसका कैरेक्टर क्या है, कौन मूवी में क्या दिखा रहा है, क्यों आया बीच में। और जब आपको मूवी खत्म होता है तभी पता चलता है अच्छा अच्छा, इसने मर्डर किया, ये कैरेक्टर को इसके लिए लेके आया मूवी में। जब आपको पूरा मूवी देख लेगे आपको पता है ना, जब नेक्स्ट टाइम आप देखना चालू करोगे तो स्टार्टिंग में आपको पता चलेगा कि अच्छा इसको इसके लिए लेके आया था। करेक्ट। तो सेम एज थिंग इन द फायरवॉल। अगर आपको वो चीज जानना है, विजुलाइज करना है, तो आपको स्टार्टिंग से लेकर एंड तक देखना पड़ेगा कि उसका फीचर्स क्या है, क्यों होता है ऐसा। और आप कैसा है, एक बार जब आप पढ़ोगे आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा। जब एक बार पढ़ोगे आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा चीज पता चलेगा कि अच्छा ये इसके लिए यूज होता है, उसके लिए यूज होता है। यू कैन एबल टू सिंक द थिंग्स व्हेन यू स्टार्ट स्टडीइंग ऑन दिस थिंग। अगर आप उसका बाद सेकेंड टाइम अगर आप पढ़ोगे तभी आपको समझ में आएगा कि हाँ, इसको ये चीज इसके लिए आया गया है, इसके लिए बताया गया है। एंड व्हेन यू ट्राई इट फॉर द थर्ड टाइम यू विल बी लाइक एबल टू विजुअलाइज द थिंग एज यू सेड। Visualization come when you know in and out everything.
I, I understood.
And visualization is very important when you sit for the troubleshooting.
Yes, yes. Actually, first time
अगर
I
आप ट्रबल शूटिंग के
joined
लिए
a
बैठ रहे हैं,
CCNA class, so
हाँ
I think 2 to 3 days I become bothered, means बहुत ज्यादा मैं परेशान हो गया था कि यार क्या चीज है, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा। तो वन बाय वन
हाँ
एक चीज को मैं पकड़ने की कोशिश किया कि क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है। कुछ 2-4 वीडियोस जो इधर उधर से देखते हैं अपना,
हम्म।
तो जाके समझ में सही ये चीज है। मैं
मैं
इसको
वही बोला
कोशिश करूँ।
आपको। मैं वही बताता हूँ कि आप कहाँ गलती करते हैं इन द सेंस लाइक मैं आज कुछ पढ़ा रहा हूँ एक टॉपिक पे और आप दूसरा टॉपिक पूछना चालू कर देते हैं। करेक्ट। विच आई हैव नॉट कवर्ड और नॉट टॉक्ड अबाउट दैट टॉपिक। Correct. So when you do this thing, you will be not understanding the thing. If you want to really understand the thing, if I'm doing on topic today, you go through it, you study it, and if you have any doubt, you can come and ask me with that topic, like why these things happen, why this thing is happening, why this has to happen like this. If you ask, try to find the answer for this question, definitely you will be able to visualize. तो आप काम करते करते आपको विजुअलाइजेशन ऐसा हो जाएगा कि जितना मैं जानता हूँ एट फर्स्ट टाइम व्हेन यू सिट फॉर द ट्रबल शूटिंग इट विल टेक लॉट ऑफ टाइम, बट सेकंड थर्ड टाइम व्हेन यू सिट फॉर द ट्रबल शूटिंग दैट डजंट मैटर. The person will come and ask you like this is the error I'm getting, I'm not able to fix it. Okay, you know how did you resolve that issue? So what you will do, you will tell them like this is the error and this thing happened, so for this thing this error is coming, go there and fix this error will not come again. Correct.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next.
Any prerequisite for this Palo Alto?
What?
Any prerequisite for Palo Alto?
Prerequisite is nothing like that, but what I'm saying is just focus on the thing. This today is like it's just a theoretical part, and you just you can get it anywhere. This thing theoretical part, but in the next class and all by tomorrow or by the other class, we'll get to know like will we start working on the Palo Alto things like configuration part, the features what it is there in the firewall and all. You should be dig more into the topic. That is the thing what I suggest. Until unless if you won't dig, you will not get anything.
Sure. Thank you.
If I said this thing, I'll give the lab module. You'll be like robot engineer. Creativity should be there, right? So for that thing, you have to dig the concept.
Right.
Dig the concept in the sense I'll tell you each and every concept. I'm not saying to study by your own. But if I said one concept and if you left there itself, you'll be not able to do the things. You'll not get the confidence in that. So you have to practice, and while practicing, you'll get a lot of errors or lot of difficulties will come while you do the lab, then you can come up and ask me. Then you are able to remember that why that error came and why it is coming like that. What mistake we did.
Sure. Thank you.
If you are very good at communicating with the firewall, you will not get the error. You have to build a bond with firewall. Okay, to build a bond with firewall, you should be knowing everything. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible. Tell me.
सर जैसे आपने बताया था कि पालो अल्टो में हम पार्सली एक कंप्लीटली डोमेन को हम ब्लॉक कर सकते हैं, तो से ये सिर्फ पालो अल्टो के लिए या फिर सभी फायरवॉल के लिए है कि अगर किसी भी डोमेन को पार्सली या कंप्लीटली हमें ब्लॉक करना हो?
कर सकते हैं।
मीन्स पालो अल्टो ही केवल ऐसा कर सकता है या फिर सारे के सारे फायरवॉल ऐसा कर सकते
As per my knowledge, all the next generation firewalls can do this thing.
ओके सर, एक चीज और पूछनी थी सर, जैसे पनोरमा में आपने कहा था कि कोई भी अपडेट सेंड करना हो तो हम पनोरमा से सबको भेज सकते हैं, बट अगर कोई फायरवॉल से हम चाहते हैं कि ये इंफॉर्मेशन अदर फायरवॉल में पहुंचे, तो हम क्या पहले पनोरमा को अपडेट करेंगे देन होगा या फिर किस तरीके से
If
फ्लो
if
होगा?
if
फ्लो के
that
बारे में
firewall, both the firewalls, let's assume like uh, can you able to see my screen?
या प्लीज फ्लो बता दीजिए कैसे फ्लो करेगा।
हाँ, मैं
इसको
बताता हूँ आपको। ये है आपका पैनोरामा, ठीक है? ठीक है, और ये है आपका फायरवॉल। तो आप ये बोल रहे हो कि ये बोथ द फायरवॉल इज कनेक्टेड टू द पैनोरामा,
यस
करेक्ट? राइट। सो
राइट
आपने प्री सिक्योरिटी रूल पे एक रूल बनाया, ये फायरवॉल पे, फायरवॉल 1 पे, एंड इफ यू वांट टू मूव दिस रूल टू द फायरवॉल 2, ठीक है?
यस
उधर नीचे आपको एक ऑप्शन मिलेगा, जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दैट सिक्योरिटी रूल, देयर इज अ ऑप्शन कॉल्ड क्लोन।
ओके
Okay, when you click on the clone, there is another option. It will reflect here, like if you want to clone the rule in this firewall only, or else if you want to clone the rule in the secondary firewall, like it will be having some name, right? It will show there. You can select that secondary firewall, and again it will show after which rule you want to implement this rule which you are cloning, like rule number 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to clone after the rule number 4, you can mention here in the clone section, clone tab, and you can clone here with this firewall. Then again commit and push.
ओके, यही जानना था कि ये मैंडेटरी नहीं है कि हमें पनोरमा के थ्रू ही इंफॉर्मेशन पास करनी है, हम
This
क्लोन
this
बना
will
के कर सकते
this
हैं।
will work with the help of Panorama.
ओके ओके, पनोरमा क्लोन ओके
हाँ, मैंने आपको इधर डायग्राम में वही दिखा रहा हूँ ना, बिना पैनोरामा का तो ये काम नहीं होने वाला।
ओके ओके, आई गॉट इट,
अगर
मुझे
आपको
यही
ऐसा
समझना था।
हाँ, अगर आपको ऐसा कॉन्फ़िगर कॉपी कॉपी करना है फायरवॉल टू फायरवॉल, तो आप एक काम कर सकते हो, एक सिंगल फायरवॉल ले सकते हो, उसका कॉन्फ़िगरेशन स्नैपशॉट कॉपी करके इधर एक्सपोर्ट करो, और फिर वही स्नैप इधर इंपोर्ट करो, फिर फायरवॉल को रिबूट करो।
तो दो टर्म और बता दीजिए, एसपी3 इंजन और जीरो ट्रस्ट सिक्योरिटी, ये दो टर्म समझ में प्लीज प्लीज।
SP3 इंजन की आपका हर एक चीज विल स्प्लिट, मतलब मैंने आपको जैसे कि 10 काम दिया, ठीक है? तो आप एक एक काम करने में कितना टाइम लगेगा?
टाइम टाइम तो नहीं है मुझे।
ठीक है, तो सोर्स टू डेस्टिनेशन आपको लाइक मैंने आपको 10 काम दिया, और आपको सोर्स से डेस्टिनेशन जाके एक एक रख के आना है, कुछ भी चीजें, तो बहुत टाइम लगेगा, करेक्ट? अगर आप 10 आइटम से डिवाइड करके एक साथ लेके जाते हैं, तो टाइम भी बचेगा, और टाइम पे भी पहुंचेगा, और फास्ट भी रहेगा, करेक्ट? ये होता है SP3, SP3 ऐसे ही काम करता है। और जीरो ट्रस्ट कैसा होता है कि जीरो ट्रस्ट में लाइक हुएवर इट में भी, अगर आप कैसे कि आपका घर पे कुछ पार्टी ऑर्गेनाइज कर दी है, कुछ है, तो आप बहुत लोगों को इनवाइट किया रहता है, पर आपका उसके लिए क्या करते हैं आप, एक वेरिफिकेशन आइडेंटिटी बना के आपका बाउंसर या सिक्योरिटी को बोलते हैं कि इन लोग को, जिसका पास ये विजिटिंग कार्ड है या कुछ है, उनको अंदर छोड़ो करके बोलते हैं, करेक्ट। और दूसरा चीज क्या होता है, आपका दोस्त को बोलते हैं आप डायरेक्ट अंदर आने के लिए, ठीक है। तो उधर मेटल
पॉलिसी टाइप
डिटेक्टर रहता, हाँ मेटल
पॉलिसी
डिटेक्टर
टाइप का
रहता।
पॉलिसी
अभी
टाइप का कि मतलब
उधर
ओके
देखो,
समझ
अगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ आपका एंट्रेंस में मेटल डिटेक्टर कुछ रहेगा, वो कुछ रहेगा, आपका दोस्त को बोलेगे वो मेटल डिटेक्टर सब, और सेक्रेटरी को बोलेगे उसको डायरेक्ट अंदर भेजो, मेटल डिटेक्टर में चेक ना करिए, करेक्ट। पर जीरो ट्रस्ट में ऐसा नहीं होता है, कोई भी आने दो, इट विल, दे विल वेरीफाई एंड दे विल अलो,
ओके।
उसको बोलते जीरो ट्रस्ट। मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दिया, फिर आप यही मत बता दीजिएगा इंटरव्यू में।
नहीं 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 नहीं, ये जस्ट फॉर इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए बेटर एक्चुअली।
ठीक है।
थैंक यू।
Those who don't have any doubts or anything, they can just drop from the session. I'm not going to continue. We can continue tomorrow.
Can you please share this file so that we can revise the things what we've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
through?
I'll share this file with networkings. I'll share this file with Gaurav sir. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So they'll share it to you.
Okay.
Rohit bhai, I had a question. This is
Yeah.
going to be weekend batch or this is going to be
This is
weekday
a
batch?
weekday batch.
Oh, okay, okay. And today was the first session, right? Like
Yeah,
first
this
was
is the first session.
introduction, then main session is today first, right?
Yeah, correct.
May I
Okay,
ask you the last question? Is this batch about Panorama or is about Palo Alto?
It's about the Palo Alto Firewall and as well as Panorama.
Okay, so it's included Panorama too.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Yes. In Panorama, what I'll show how to configure the firewall in the Panorama, and how you are managing it in the Panorama. And it's same. There is nothing difference between firewall and Panorama. Like user interface, what I'm saying, both are same. Okay. But through the Panorama, it is like centralized management system. All the firewalls you can get it up in a single point, and you can do the changes by the help of the Panorama. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
It's just
The,
like Sophos Central.
yeah.
Hello, Rohit.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Tell
we
me.
will like get the same link every day, or we will get a new link for the class every day.
I'm not aware of that. I'll just ask with Gaurav sir and I'll let you know about this.
Okay, okay, sure.
Rohit sir,
Yeah, tell me.
can you say what is the course duration? It will be 2-3 months.
It is not 2-3 month. As per this EDU 210, it's in 5 days class. That means like somewhere around 40 hours session.
Okay, okay.
You will be providing us with the lab manual, right?
Yeah, I'll be providing you the lab manual, official EDU 210 lab manual, as well as I'll give you one reference book also. That is an official Palo Alto book.
Thank you so much.
Sir, will you share it in WhatsApp group?
Yeah, I have to discuss with the network kings whether they have created the group or not. Once everything is done, I'll start sharing the notes in that after the completion of the class.
Okay, thank you.
And sir, can we set up on our lab, with not networking lab, like our own
Yeah,
in
you
our
can,
system?
if you want, you can set up your own lab.
Okay, but yes, what is the prerequisites for that? I don't know about.
You should be having VMware, and you should be having EVNG, and you should be having Palo Alto image file, Windows image file,
Okay,
everything.
okay.
And that is not a licensed one. If you want that, you can purchase that thing, or else you can just check with the network kings. They'll help you out for the lab, paid lab.
Exactly.
There is
Yes.
an official Palo Alto paid lab also will be there. They'll charge
Mhm.
you a lot, like they'll charge you like hourly basis.
Mm.
You can
Okay.
you can practice these things in the networking's labs only, I guess.
Sure. Yes.
Sir, one question is there. Sir, actually, I have no personal laptop. I will practice it with cloud in networking.
For connecting in the cloud, you should be having something, right?
Okay, I will do it properly, right?
Yeah, you will do it properly, but for connecting to the cloud, you should be having something, right? How you will connect to the cloud?
No, lab. Actually, there was a demo session is there in networking demo session. I saw it, and by the connecting in cloud, I will do all the labs, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Okay.
Next. Hello, guys.
All good, right?
Okay. So if no one want to ask anything, can we close up this session?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Thank you, Rohit. Bye, good night.
Thank you. Bye.